Watch off.
Then and now.
Halloween, then.
Bye, Mommy. I'm going trick-or-treating.
Okay, sweetie. Be back no later than 9 o'clock. Have fun. Oops, you forgot your shaving cream. Here you go. And don't forget to let me inspect your candy for razors.
Halloween, now.
Okay, Mommy. I'm ready to go trick-or-treating.
1 minute, honey. I gotta put on my slutty mom costume. And help me get the dog's costume on. Oh, here. Make sure my phone has enough battery for pictures. And oh gosh, grab some jackets. There's too many kids out there with slutty costumes on and it's freezing.
Oh, man.
And don't forget to have me inspect your candy for peanuts.
Hi, folks, and welcome to another episode of G.O.A.F.S. That's Getting Old Ain't for Sissies with Big Tom Rivers. Tom's an old hipster with 47 years of radio to remember. In places like Chicago, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Indianapolis, and plenty more, believe me. G.O.A.F.S. was Tom's idea for baby boomers who want something to help them with growing older, but with a touch of the goofy, offbeat, and absurd. And that describes this man to a T for Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend for a long time now and a real nutcase, Tom Rivers.
Thank you, Doug Dahlgren. Doug Dahlgren, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Really, he truly is a gentleman. Doug Dahlgren, Chicago, Illinois, great announcer, great man. Doug's thought for the day: whoever said money can't buy happiness simply didn't know where to go shopping. Well, that's true. Doug does do a lot of shopping outside of Chicago so he can get a bargain. Last time on episode 45, we talked about a lot of stuff, and folks, you can't expect me to remember all that. Plus, this new stuff I get ready for you, and do my laundry too. I can't remember everything. Today's episode 46 is just filled with great stuff. You better make an appointment to catch each episode of G.O.A.F.S. Getting Old Ain't for Sissies. And I want to say thank you again to Intermountain Guitar and Banjo of Salt Lake City, Utah. The holidays will soon be upon us. What better gift for that special musician, that person in your life, than a new guitar, banjo, or mandolin? Hey, maybe used or even vintage if they're a collector. From Intermountain Guitar and Banjo of Salt Lake City. Leo Colson has been a musician all his life, so he knows what you're already thinking or looking for. He really does. He's a gifted man. He really knows how to pick a banjo for. Wow. I'll tell you, Intermountain Guitar and Banjo of Salt Lake City has some of the best stuff around, a fine collection of Gibson and C.F. Martin guitars. And new, used, vintage, what do you need? He can get his hands on it and have it in your hands in time for the holidays. The focus is on you, the customer, and his staff will treat you so well you won't know what hit you in the face. Intermountain Guitar and Banjo of Salt Lake City want you to be completely happy and satisfied with your purchase. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, you can return it within 30 days for a full refund. Leo and the folks at Intermountain Guitar and Banjo are proud of the products, and they stand by their great service. That's why they never stop looking for ways to improve and make your musical experience the best musical experience you're ever going to have in your life. Intermountain Guitar and Banjo is owned and operated by Leo Colson, my friend and a great musician. They buy old instruments, too. Their hours are by appointment. Intermountain Guitar and Banjo, 712 East 100 South, Salt Lake City, Utah. You can check out their website, see all the great beauties there. guitarandbanjo.com, guitarandbanjo.com, or call 801-322-4682. Sorry about that. 801-322-4682. No hassles, just great musical instruments. Where? Intermountain Guitar and Banjo of Salt Lake City, Utah. I want to remind everyone, too, you can find this podcast, G.O.A.F.S., on great platforms like the iHeart Podcast Network, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Google+, Tumblr, Spotify, Twitter, YouTube, and my Facebook page. And when you're on one of those social media sites, just click either like or follow, and we'll all be one big happy family. And I want to thank you very much for listening to G.O.A.F.S. Onward now to episode 46, here we go, of G.O.A.F.S. Secret Service. Busy folks these days, continuing to investigate that series of explosive devices that were mailed to the White House, Barack Obama's home in D.C. Pretty intense stuff. They also mailed one to the Clinton household and to Elizabeth Warren's teepee. CNN also received a bomb in the mail, which is shocking, because normally they just bomb in the ratings. That migrant caravan continues to march towards the U.S. border from Guatemala, and the group says they will not stop walking. The moral of the story there is never buy a Guatemalan a Fitbit. They just want to accumulate the mileage, I guess. People are calling this caravan un-American. I agree. Americans will never do that much walking. Never. A new study found that walking 10 minutes a day may be good for your brain. I agree with that because a friend of mine, grandmother, 95 up in Wisconsin, she walks 5 miles a day. They still can't find her. But the point is, at least she's getting her exercise, right? Megyn Kelly made a tearful on-air apology the other day for saying this past Tuesday that she didn't think it was racist to wear blackface on Halloween. I got news for you. She's officially out of a job. The good news is she's $69 million richer. NBC had to pay out her contract. Yee. Out of a job, but a nice payout. Sorry, Megan. Rumor has it she may go back to Fox. A new survey found that 7 in 10 millennials will take a pay cut if they could bring their pet to work. I think the story here is that 7 millennials do have jobs. And last time we talked about, guess who's actually going to have a book out very soon, on philosophy. Kanye West, working on his first book. In a recent interview, he said, I'm writing a philosophy book called Break the Simulation. I've got this philosophy about photographs, about human beings being obsessed with photographs, because it takes you out of the now and transports you into the past or transports you into the future. Idiot. Will I take a little drink here? Oh, that's the good stuff. Oh, that's really good. It's water. Have you checked your friend limit on Facebook? I think anyone that has more than 50 friends on Facebook is just wasting their time. I see folks that have when I look around on Facebook, 500, 600 friends. Why? Why do you do that? Do you have time to tend to your flowers? Your little flower garden of friends? Psychologists and sociologists have come up with something called the Dunbar number, the maximum number of people you can maintain close ties with. So even if you have thousands of friends on Facebook, you can only have meaningful communication with about 50 of them. Cut loose some of those friends on Facebook, folks. If you have more than 50, it's too many. And we also talked about a Halloween escape for baby boomers. If you're not planning on wearing a costume on Halloween, you should. The most obvious benefit of Halloween is that it's okay to have fun and be silly, whether it's wearing little kitty cat ears to work, eating candy, or dressing your dog as a pumpkin, or partying like a rock star. Halloween is an escape, and with the country so divided due to endless political campaigning, we all need an escape more than ever. And that is true. That's from Time magazine. All right, let's talk about the ladies, the baby boomerettes. What do women do better than men? A lot of stuff. Women are better drivers than men. Researchers found out that men tend to take more risks. They're more likely to speed, drive drunk, and go without a seatbelt. They also have more severe crashes than women drivers. Women are better speakers than men. Women find the right words faster and use a wider variety of words. Now, this doesn't mean men aren't good speakers, just that women seem to have the advantage. And women also have a better credit history. Up until 1974, when Congress outlawed discrimination based on gender, women in the United States who applied for credit cards experienced open discrimination and found it difficult to obtain them. Married women were required to have their husbands sign their applications before they could be issued credit cards. Widows and single women were expected to find a man to co-sign. See, I didn't know that. So women do a lot of things better than men. And just in time for Halloween, instead of going the typical route and creating a fall beer, one brewery decided to mix things up. For the fall season, the Westallion Brewing Company in Wisconsin became inspired by a Halloween staple and created the ultimate unique fall brew, Candy Corn Cream Ale. The beer was brewed to smell and taste like candy corn, with notes of vanilla and cream. Now, that's one candy that I can really get into. I like candy corn. Have you had your flu shot yet? If you're avoiding getting a flu shot because you think it will give you the flu instead of preventing it, you're wrong. When it comes to flu shots, what's injected is a dead virus, so it's impossible to contract an illness from a shot. People who experience a reaction are just feeling their immune system response kick in. Doctors repeatedly point out that vaccines save lives and prevent illnesses. So that's just your immune system kicking in there, Sparky. You're not getting sick from the vaccine itself. Next time on G.O.A.F.S, episode 47, when was the last time you sniffed your mate? Take a good sniff of your mate. And there's germs in your shower that you don't know about. How to properly stroke your pussycat. How to pet your pussycat. The next time on episode 47 on G.O.A.F.S. Next time on Getting Old Ain't for Sissies with me, Big Tom Rivers. Bye!
Thanks for listening to another episode of G.O.A.F.S. Getting Old Ain't for Sissies with your host, my friend, Big Tom Rivers. G.O.A.F.S. with Big Tom can be found and heard on these great podcast platforms: the iHeart Podcast Network, Google+, SoundCloud, Tumblr, Spotify, Twitter, YouTube, and Big Tom Rivers' personal Facebook page. And please don't forget, on any of those social media pages, remember to check off like, following, or favorite, whatever choice they offer. Also, email the big guy at tomrivers@icloud.com. You know, he does answer his emails. For Big Tom and G.O.A.F.S, I'm Doug Dahlgren in Chicago. Enjoy your evening.